Hi, everyone. So, everyone is trying to figure out when the crypto rules will actually happen, right? Also, I really think we have a real schedule in front of us that will be pretty accurate now. Yes, there is a lot of misunderstanding because we keep hearing different things like 1 year, 2 years, and 3 years. No one wants to have to wait 3 years for this stuff. Do I have it right? Now, here's the deal. I don't think we'll have to. People really don't understand how short this timeline is, and we're about to explain why. Okay, okay. First, we have a post from Paul Atkins, who is currently running the SEC. He then posts an update saying that he had the pleasure of going on Mornings with Maria today and talking about how to strengthen our financial markets and work together with the CFTC. Not a big deal, right? Together, our two agencies will finally give the markets the guidance that everyone has been waiting for. This gem came out on September 23rd. Not only are we talking about crypto rules, but the SEC and CFTC are also working together to finally come up with some real rules. You know what? The CFTC has been on fire, putting out crypto material left and right. There are moves to use tokenized security, stablecoin projects, and everything else. Oh, and by the way, Ripple is also part of this talk. That big, ugly thing in the room's not going away. There are a lot of references to Ripple in these conversations. I mean, that makes perfect sense to me. Ripple has been working hard in this area for more than 10 years, right? Also, they are a crypto company based in the US. They'll be at the center of these talks, of course. So, these guys were the first to get big money from institutions to put money into crypto, right? And this really amazes me. They weren't just messing around with a few banks. I'm talking to a lot of banks, like 100. Now, when I see Ripple hanging out with absolute giants like the CFTC or even huge groups like the BIS and their crew, I'm like, yeah, makes sense. That's pretty much how they act all the time now. Do you feel me? Wait a minute. Despite all the drama surrounding the SEC, the Clear Issue, and other events, dude, we just saw something huge. Van just walked into a meeting of the SEC's crypto task force. Now, Nate Groshi broke this story, and VanEck, one of the top 10 ETF issuers, just met with the SEC's crypto task force today. Oh man, check out the plan. They are breaking down what happens when you tokenize ETFs and looking into what the issuer's role is in this. Are you still watching? Wonderful. Now, let's be honest about these titles. What are we really looking at? For people who love words, Vanex has a whole line of exchange-traded funds, ETFs, based on coins and commodities. Now, this is where things get interesting. We're going to talk about whether these suggested general listing rules for crypto and commodity-based exchange-traded goods can work for liquid staking coins. There's more, though. We will also talk in depth about staking for physical and digital goods that are traded on exchanges. This is the juicy part. We are focusing on the liquidity risk policies and procedures needs that are hidden in the general listing standards. Wait, we're not done yet. The next thing we'll talk about is tokenizing private and registered funds. Last but not least, we're looking into what happens when you tokenize ETFs and what the heck the makers are supposed to do about it. Let's talk about what VANC is doing around the world with coins. We'll also talk about decentralized banking and how crypto assets are controlled. Things like tokenized assets, token sales, initial coin offerings, and so on. Now, it gets interesting, right? This makes us think of Ripple's IPO and everything that happened during that time. But to be honest, I don't think we should worry about an IPO right now. We've also talked about the Advisors Act custody rules and how they might change how digital assets are kept safe. To keep some digital goods safe, you could use multi-party computation software. But here's what really amazes me. To make sure we do things right this time, the SEC is truly rolling up their sleeves and getting deep into crypto right now. And you know what the SEC and the CFTC are really excited about right now? Making tokens. It seems like tokenization is stealing the show here. Getting back to that, here it is. BlackRock is now also going all in on tokenized ETFs, basically doing what VanEck says. It's crazy to see all of these big names go after the same thing. We want to bring trade 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, DeFi composability, and on-chain settlement right into traditional finance. We're really paying close attention to this right now to see if it gets the go-ahead. But here's the thing, it looks like BlackRock CK has some really big plans in the works. And to be honest, it makes a lot of sense. In their yearly letter in March, Larry Fink went all in on tokenization. Tokenization and decentralized banking were called outstanding innovations by them. Those were their words like. It's pretty crazy when you think about it. That's it. This speeds up everything, saves you money, and makes everything much clearer. As you can see, BlackRock has been specializing in cryptocurrency for some time now. This is all being brought up again because of this. Paul Atkins is here at the 𝗙𝗶 Policy's Financial Markets Quality Conference 2025 to talk about his job as head of the SEC and how he's encouraging new ideas, protecting investors, and helping our capital markets grow. Is that right? Stuart Alderat was there. We already talked about this. There were guys rubbing hands with Robinhood, BlackRock, and get this, the International Monetary Fund, IMF. Really, how cool is that? Being honest, seeing Ripple's name next to these big names doesn't even bother me anymore. Now take a look at this movie clip I have. There are two coins, Ripple and BlackRock, on the same screen. 3 years have passed since the law was made. By the way, big props to XRP for getting this film. Now this is where the timeline really gets interesting. Take a look at this movie. They keep talking about 3 years. But wait, stay with me until the end. I'm going to explain why that 3-year thing is completely wrong. We don't have 3 years to put our feet up and do nothing. We can't just sit around and do nothing anymore. Now is the time for this to happen. Trust me, I'll tell you why. But first, pay attention to this. It took a lot of years to get the crypto economy clear. And by clarity, I don't mean the Clarity Act. Clarity is a good thing. While we were fighting over basic issues in the US courts about whether crypto is a security or a commodity, the Treasury Department under the previous administration was calling it a clear and present danger. That's crazy.